pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I'd like to call the business meeting to order. Council, you have the minutes from the May 9th, 2022 meeting in your information package. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Need a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Yes, I have some discussion, please.
You have some discussion? Okay, what
Yes.
would you
There
like
was
to?
one section that there was quite a bit of discussion, and it wasn't captured in the minutes. And I would just ask that in the interest of a complete, accurate record of discussion, if we could correct that. I'm specifically referring to the land purchase item of discussion. My comments specifically. Shall I try to recap them now, or do you want to?
No, we've discussed this before. As far as getting specific comments, they're not a verbatim. The minutes aren't. That's not what they're intended for. It's just we don't do that for anybody, myself or anybody here. So if the council feels like we captured the gist of what was said, that's all we required to do for the minutes.
Okay. I understand it's not a verbatim account of discussion. However, there's very little in the minutes that was discussed. Specifically, the value of the property, the price of the property, why it was inflated, the interest of transparency in these transactions. The reason I go into discussion about things that I have concerns about is because I'd like for the public to be aware of the other side of the story. I'm usually the one dissenting opinion, and when that's just totally disregarded, I think it's a slap in the face as far as the whole political process. So I would
Mr.
like
Mayor,
to see.
Was the meeting recorded?
It was, but the recording doesn't take the place of minutes, written minutes. And I think the requirement to record minutes is a little different than the requirement to record. And I think the law around how long we have to keep that record is different. Is it, Alex, or is it not?
Well, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not sure there is any law about maintaining a recording of the audio or video of any meeting as long as there are minutes of the meeting.
I think
I
the minutes.
don't know the answer to that off the top of my head. I'm not sure there is any requirement.
The minutes is considered the official record. I do understand that you're not going to capture every word verbatim. And we've had that discussion before. But if anybody listens to the recording, I would be shocked if anybody could listen to what was said and think that one sentence or two or whatever it was that was in the minutes captured the gist of it.
Okay, is there any more discussion? Joe?
Would it be acceptable for Ms. Williams to write a summary of what she would like to add so we can see what she wants to add?
I'll be happy to do that.
We've discussed this before, and I think it's up to y'all as a council to decide, do you want the minutes to be taken the way they're taken, which is a synopsis of what was discussed, or do we want to get down to the individual comments of each council member and what was said? And we had this discussion a year ago about this, and so it's up to y'all as a council how you'd like the minutes to be. You know, if you're satisfied with the way the minutes are done, and I think we're doing it according to what GMA recommends that we do for our minutes, or do you want to do it where you all have input and can interject each and every minutes, what you said individually.
Mr. Mayor, if I could.
Yes, go ahead.
Certainly, we would recommend that we put this on a later
Yeah.
agenda item for a work session again, and have that discussion on what is required by law, retention schedules, what can be done practically and what should be done.
That's an excellent idea. Why don't you add that to the next go-around of the work sessions?
And I'd just like to say that, I don't know that GMA recommends the way we're doing it as the way to do it. And I think what Ed is getting at is the law doesn't require you to do anything other than say, the motion was this, and it passed unanimously, or it passed with this, that vote. I guess you don't have to put a whole lot of detail about discussion. You can say there was discussion. The law doesn't require us to do a lot of things, but is it the right thing to do or the right thing not to do? And that's my point. My concern is that citizens have a right to hear, understand how the elected officials operate, how they make decisions. We only had, 50% of the people here, elected officials here at that meeting. So do they even know what the discussion was? If they read the minutes trying to determine what the debate was about, it certainly doesn't say it. May not be any interest in what the debate was, but 6 months, 6 years from now, is anybody going to be able to capture any of that? That's my concern. And I would appreciate, I respectfully request that we follow the suggestion that you've made to take it up at a later date so that we can have more time to discuss it.
Okay, we'll do that. But right now, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Okay, you have the financial report in your information packet. Do I hear a motion to approve the financial report?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, tonight for the agenda, we have the board and committee appointments, we have city surplus, and we have the SPLOST paving project. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting agenda?
So moved.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we'll begin with the board and committee appointments. I need a motion to appoint Don Cleveland to a 3-year term on the Board of Adjustments.
I move that we appoint John Cleveland to a 3-year position on the Board of Adjustments.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I need a motion to appoint Steve Adamson to a 4-year term on the Municipal Planning Board.
I make a motion to appoint Steve Addison to the 4-year term to the Municipal Planning Board.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. I need a motion to appoint Monica Barber to a 2-year term on the Municipal Planning Board to complete Councilmember Joel Finley's term.
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Couple seconds. Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I need a motion to declare surplus on city vehicle 1997 Ford F-250 regular cab pickup truck, VIN number 1 Frank Tango Hotel Frank 25 Hotel 0 Victor Edward 43777. Vehicle will be placed on govdeals.com for the sale of surplus assets to the public.
So moved.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then finally, we have the low bid for the city 2022 SPLOST paving project was $300 over the project budget. As discussed in the last work session, the scope of the project has been reduced to allow the project to move forward. Do I hear a motion to approve the mayor to enter into a contract with Atlanta Paving and Concrete Construction Incorporated not to exceed $1,050,000 for the completion of the modified scope of work?
So moved.
Have a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have a second? Do we have any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the next work session is scheduled for Tuesday, June 28th, but there will be 4 council members returning from the Georgia Municipal Training Convention in Savannah that day. We would like to postpone the meeting until Thursday, June 30th, to allow you all to be back for that. And finally, the villagers are going to be at the Tech Center on the 18th, and they're going to do a clothing and appliance. They've got new appliances to hand out on June 18th.
June
Do we
18th.
have a time?
From 10 to 12, and it's actually new clothing that's donated and sponsored by Walmart and Bed and Bath and Beyond.
Oh, maybe some candles. All righty. Anybody else have any announcements? All right, that is all the business for this meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All right, anybody want to stay? All right, let's go. Thank you very